I feel like we need a bit of an update on the COVID situation, which we've touched on in this stream so far, but haven't fully addressed. Things are not good. Things are not good right now. You know, all you really have to do is spend a little bit of time just lightly browsing the headlines to find some ridiculous numbers being thrown out there. Numbers are going up. Ah, Dr. Fauci. Look at this. The hell is this? Ridiculous. Yeah, and Puerto Rico has a pretty high vaccination rate because they're cool. Is this going to feed my anxiety, Vosh? Maybe a little bit. New York Trump's case record by 9K reports over 85,000 new positives on a New Year's Day. Yep. Ooh, numbers going up. Yeah, so we looked at this a little earlier, but here's the all-time graph. As you can see, Omicron is spiking right now. And here's the world, you know? Right now, COVID has the world looking like it does in the American imagination. That is to say, dominating everything. You know, Europe's got its issue as well, but like, oh my God, look at this. 4.5 million cases in 2 weeks. And it's probably going to get worse from here. Look, so from what I've heard, Omicron is generally not as severe as many as Delta was, or the original COVID, you know? Cases have gone up significantly, but deaths have stayed about the same. Hospitalizations are going up, but not as much as they would have proportionally. If you are vaccinated and you have the booster shot, from what I've heard, from what I've seen, I feel like there's a decent shot of most healthy people turning out okay. Now, that doesn't mean you should go get it or that it doesn't matter. This can still flatline you or kill you or leave you with long COVID. But, you know, the Omicron mutation seems to be just a little bit more forgiving with this case, you know? My messaging on COVID has to change a little bit with this, I think, because right now I'm starting to feel what the CDC or Fauci have said. At this point, everyone's going to get COVID. I don't know if there's a way around that. It's really just a matter of how many times you get it and how long you go between times of getting it. Like, it seems like, apart from that, it seems like an almost unavoidable problem. I mean, remember how infectious the first strain of COVID was? Omicron is many times more infectious. I mean, significantly more so. And I don't really know what to do, because like Omicron, if you get natural immunity from it, that natural immunity fades. You can get it again. And all the people right now who are sick from Omicron are factories for a potential future strain, you know. You don't know if there's going to be the next one around or whatever. If everyone's vaccinated, COVID is just the flu or the cold. Two critical problems. First of all, not everyone is vaccinated. And that's not going to happen, not here in America, you know. So that's one. And for two, the cold and the flu are just not as infectious, not even remotely, not even close, you know. Like, you'll never see like 100,000 new flu cases in one day in one city. Like, that shit, it's not even close. And you can keep getting it, by the way. You can keep getting COVID. It doesn't just stop at one. You know, the real Sigma move, I think, is to min-max when you get the COVID, okay? You want to keep up with all the medical gossip, and you want to get COVID, you know, start licking the doorknobs when the disease is at its highest rate of infection, its highest rate of conferred immunity, but its lowest rate of lethality. You know what I mean? So it's basically like you're watching the stock market fluctuate with like all the you're like, wait, okay, hold on, infection's high, and lethality's low, and you dive in on the fucking doorknob and start licking. Or when hospitals aren't full, you know, like you've got like fucking Excel up, like spreadsheets that you're, you know, trying to maximize the you know, if you're going to get COVID, and you will, what's the least harmful time to get it? Now some people are saying that the fact that this is the way things are right now means that there's no longer a point in really pushing for vaccine mandates, right? That's like the That's like the big kicker, right? Well, I actually disagree with that. First of all, and this is very important, if a person is anti-vaccine, just anti-vaccine, they should be made to suffer axiomatically. If you're anti-vax, it's not even a matter of practicality, just morally, I think you should suffer. So yeah, I don't care, and I'm not going to elaborate. With regards to mandates, it is difficult, increasingly difficult, to fathom their relevance in an environment where people are getting sick so quickly that it seems like it's getting like really difficult to circumnavigate. You know what I mean? Like vaccine mandates, or you can't enter the bar unless you show off your vaccine card or whatever. This isn't going to do very much if people are getting sick this much. Big news on the COVID front today. Pfizer and Moderna Z-Pack style treatment pills for people sick with the disease were approved by the FDA today. Oh, nice. You guys we might have proper treatment if you have COVID, some pills that you can pop. That would be good, I think. Um it's a rough situation. Now I do have, and I've said this before, by the way, if there's any hopium that you guys want to inhale right now, I think that it should really stem from the incredible ingenuity of our pharmaceutical experts. The pharmaceutical companies are satanic, don't get me wrong, but the pharmaceutical experts who are actually producing these medicines are geniuses of a generation. And I don't say that with exaggeration. I mean, we're literally talking about, in America, in our pharmaceutical companies, the most intelligent pharmaceutical technicians alongside those who have ever lived. I mean, we're talking about incredibly smart people, which I think is nice. I think it's very, very nice. And I think we should always keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. The company and the worker are two separate entities. If you are a genius, if you are if you have a gift for pharmaceutical technology, I don't know how you discover that gift exactly. It's pretty niche, but whatever. If you have a gift for that, there aren't very many places you can take your talents besides pharmaceutical companies. There's only so much you can do without the equipment, the money. They're doing phenomenal work, the actual workers. And I think that we should be thankful for that, for the constant vaccine updates, for the fact that new medicines are going to come out. There are problems, sure, but it's always worth, being considerate of that. Yeah, all of your Heisenberg types. Anyway, with all of that being said, how many of you guys have COVID right now? Just recovered, just had it, me. Yes, hypers. I might, me, smiley face. Yeah. Good number of people. At a glance, that would be maybe 1 in 20 of the people in chat, I'd say. No, because the people who wanted to say yes would have said so faster. I guess probably 1 in 100 are watching it, or watching right now and have COVID. Impossible to say. Not representative. Do take care of yourselves, guys. If you can get the booster, which you probably can't, go ahead and get that damn booster. Let's see. Have you had COVID recently? And with the yes, 1 and 3 are yes, and I have it now, respectively. And between the two of them, that looks to be around 15%. That is remarkable. A current or recent COVID case. That is just insane. I still haven't had COVID. Eventually, I am going to get COVID. It is almost inevitable. Though my lifestyle does put it off as much as possible, because I don't even go out to get groceries anymore. We just order it. We order everything. I only leave the house if I have to. Thankfully, the CIA bread tuber compound does have a large indoor gym and a track, so I get to run, and get the all the exercise and vitamin D that I need in from the miniature sun they've built for a fusion core in their basement. Look, things are rough right now, but do take care. Oh, here's a better poll. I can't read all those words. Are you joking? I can't read all of that. Man, 1 1/4. Jesus. We'll see how our messaging evolves. We're also going to see which of the next COVID strains will come out. Now, there is some cause for hope here. Um, the COVID strains mutate relatively quickly because of their large and excessive exposure, but it does seem like so far there's been a trend towards greater transmittability, lower lethality. You should remember, of course, that as is the case with all pandemics, the disease does not believe that it's inside of a human. What did this come from, a bat? When these pandemics start, they are quite destructive, usually because they are acclimated to a different environment, the environment, the body of another animal. In humans, they kill us, as would be the case if the reverse took place. So this is bad for the disease as well. Um, After all, the virus wants to live. They don't want us to die. They just want us to be sick so they can propagate in our body. If we die, then their host dies. They want to be transmittable, and they want their host to live. The disease never wants to kill the person who has the disease. It's just not good for the disease. It doesn't want that. But viruses, diseases, they're dumb, so they don't know. What this does mean, though, is that in all likelihood, viruses aren't even alive. They don't have wants. It's like me saying what plants that evolve want. Like plants that evolve spikes because they don't want to be eaten. I know they don't want anything. I'm talking about the evolutionary process, that of the trillions of mutations, the ones that favor lower lethality and higher degrees of transmittability increase the likelihood of that strain propagating itself. We'll see how things go. We'll see.